All right. Hello. Welcome, everybody. It's been a minute since we've met together. So I'm really excited to have a guest speaker on with us today. My sweet friend, Brenda Martin. She is like not just mama, but probably grandma to a lot of us in Plexus, which is so fun. I grew up working the business, listening to her videos, and we've spent, I don't remember how long that was. Was it a year and a half? I feel like coaching, like co coaching the team. So some of you may have been around for that, or that might have been a little bit before your times. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear from her today. I hope my bandwidth is not too crazy, but I'm going to just kick it over to you, Brenda, and let you chat. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter call today, you guys, because we are heading out to a volleyball game, one of Maddie's last ones. So Brenda, I'll just let you take it away. Thank you for being on with us today. All these girls are working towards either Ruby, Senior Ruby, or Emerald. And I actually did see Melody on. She's at Emerald right now. So excited for you to share with us.
Well, this is fun because turns out this is kind of my group of people that I've been putting a lot of my focus into my team too. You guys. Like you guys are the ones who, when I think about who can I help in the business, where can I pour my time, I just always come back to you. There's so many reasons why. Maybe real quick in the chat, you can tell me how long you've been with Plexus, or unmute and yell it out. I just like to get an idea. I'm guessing it's been more than a year for most of you. So my girls that I'm working with, let me pop my chat up, then I can actually see it. There we go. Yeah, 3, Brooke. I know Melody, it's been a little bit longer. I don't really know the rest of you. Lisa, you look a little familiar, like I might have met you, but maybe not. 2 years. Okay, so yay for you guys. You've shown that you can do this. When I think of a Ruby, I think of like a mini jewel, like getting, like you're a gem. Always remember that you're a gem in Plexus, and getting to reach the jewel level, you have what it takes. Like you've proven you have what it takes, but you just need to level up on some skill areas or on well, we'll get into that a little bit more, what some of that may look like for you guys. But right now, that is where I'm putting a lot of my energy in my team, is girls who are in the Ruby Senior Ruby range wanting to get to Emerald and change their family's life. Like they've been doing this for a while and they're saying, I just really want to make something happen, because that was my goal for getting in this business in the first place, was to get to that 6-figure level or get to diamond and really change my family's life. So just real quick, my perspective, I've been in Plexus for 12 years. That just seems crazy because I still feel so much of the same excitement and passion that I did from the beginning, especially when I talk to new people, when I get into good conversations with people who are interested in how this could change their life. You know how it is when you share your story, it just gets you fired up again. And so that just never gets old. That part is why one of the things I love most about being in Plexus. So I talk to friends now and then who are in other network marketing, or you know, other business owners. My husband and I were business owners ourselves before we found Plexus. And there is just something special about Plexus that has something that I just rarely ever see in anyone else who's building a business, whether it's network marketing or not. And that is just real authenticity. We can be so authentic with everything that we do in this business because it is so what people need. It is life-changing products that everyone needs, and it's an opportunity like no other. When I talk to some of my people who are about ready to give up, or they're looking at another company, and we just chat about what that could look like, I'm like, okay, sure. Let's look at what that would take for you. You're going to jump to another company and you're going to rebuild, or you're thinking about getting a job. How many hours would that look like? And we break things down, and they always go, oh, yeah, it probably would be silly to give this up, because the time and energy that I would put into anything else would probably not give back what I could do here if I just upped my game a little bit more, put in a little more time and energy or passion or whatever it is that you're lacking. And I have that opportunity right here. I have it. I don't have to look for it anywhere else. So I want to remind you of that. But just the thing I still love about Plexus from top to bottom, when I say that, from executive to new VIP, when I talk to anyone in that range in our company, there is just always that realness, that rawness, that authenticity of we have something that is truly life-changing that people can talk about easily and authentically because no one's making anything up. No one's trying to tell stories or exaggerate. Hopefully, we're not. Everyone is like just loving everything about this. Sure, we have our frustrations like we do with any work and business, but it usually comes back to us in the end. It's really not about the company or the products. So I just want to remind you guys of that. Like that's my perspective after being here this long, talking to so many people, seeing all the different ranges and perspectives. There really isn't quite anything to compare in terms of something that is going to achieve those dreams for you that you still hopefully have. So that's the next thing I want to move into is, do you still have your vision? And sometimes we do need to revisit that. Like when I got into this, I heard the stories of Megan and Brenda and the way that they've changed their families' lives and the money that they're making. And that's what I want for my family. But here I am, and I'm starting to doubt, can I do that? And I want you guys to just keep that vision in your forefront. I think that the longer we're in, the easier it is for that to fade. But that's really where it has to start. John Maxwell has a quote I really love. He says, people lose their way when they lose their why. So, as redundant as that probably sounds for you, keep that in the beginning. If you have to just do something, like what I have learned about myself in this business, sometimes I have to literally do something, like put up a poster, put up a note, like actually do something because I don't trust my brain to ever be the one to keep that vision out there. It wants to just go womp womp, because that's the easy way for our brains to think about things when it's not going well. So we have to physically sometimes do something. I do anyway, to keep myself focused. Um, so yeah, that's my first one, your vision. Secondly, recognize where you are. Like I said earlier, the skill set that got you here probably isn't the one that's going to get you beyond. And so if you're frustrated with doing all the things and not getting anywhere, let's take a look at the things and what you're doing. And maybe there's something you need to change up. I had to be willing to really do some scary things and some big time commitments to my business. Some examples were a 90-day commitment to just do some major messaging for 90 days. And I have done that a couple different times within my 12 years. And every time I've done that, I always see results. Sometime another thing I had to do is really up my game on social media and just commit to doing something every day in a way I never did before. So learning those skills, doing those scary things, that's what you're going to have to do. Another thing my sponsor always told me on my way to Emerald is the team that got you here, about in the Ruby, senior Ruby stage, is probably not the team that's going to get you to Emerald. I heard that over and over, and I recognize that, and I'm like, okay, great. I'm going to go find a new team. And I'm now in the process of my Rubies and senior Rubies that we're working with. That's what we're doing, is saying, okay, we're building new teams, and we're actually building some new systems and things around that to just increase our energy and our excitement. We have something new that we're excited about to offer our new team. So we had to just literally, like I said, take a hold of something, start writing out some new systems, getting some new graphics, new things put together. We're even thinking about a new Facebook group. We're in the process of this yet. And that's part of it, is a new group for our new team, just so that everything feels fresh and new for us. So that's just another a thing you have to continually look at and revisit in your business. Okay, you have to decide to level up. And Megan, I forgot to ask you about how much time. I mean, maybe 10 minutes more and we do it for what I have. Is that too
Yeah.
much?
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking probably I need to be off by like 4:40.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're
Yeah,
good.
easy peasy.
We're good.
We can maybe open up for some questions. Okay, so when you talk about leveling up, you have to figure out what that's going to look like for you. We talked about a new skill. That could be just in your communication. There are so many books on every single skill level that you would want to improve. Maybe it's facing some fear. I don't know about you guys, but when someone says to me, maybe there's some fears you have to do the scary thing, I always have one or two or three things pop into my mind that I know I am avoiding because it's scary. So you guys know what those are. You know what your comfort zone feels like. Get up every day and do the same things, and hope for something different. So again, you've probably heard all this, but if you're like me, I need to hear it again and I need to have my toes stepped on a few more times. Another John Maxwell quote I really like: growth is the great separator between those who succeed and those who do not. And we talk about it in this business all the time, but do something about it, okay? Do something with that need for growth and decide what that is and get someone to be accountable to make sure you're making that happen. Mindset, we can touch on that all day long. I just had a recent Zoom with my girls where we just really dove into that and uncovered some things for some people who were just not taking action to undo some lies that were repeating themselves every day. And nothing was changing because they were saying the same things over and over. And we challenged each other and we're holding each other accountable. Kind of a little bit different way of doing it that someone found an Instagram post by some coach or whatever. Write the thing you want changed, the affirmation or whatever, 20 times every morning and whisper it 20 times at night before you go to bed. So we're just like changing that up. We're just doing something different than we've done before. And it's exciting because we're always talking about it now. And so everybody's feeling a little more positive because we're talking about getting better. That's kind of the example that was given in this post was, I'm getting better and better every day. It's just a real simple line like that. Some of us are kind of doing that line. Some of us are changing it. I'm doing, I just started it, so I'm trying to remember the wording now. I'm getting ready for new business builders, or I'm getting more and more business builders. That's what it was. So it's always around the business builders for me that I am doing. Anyway, be willing to change those repetitive thoughts that are not working for you into something better. Okay, that was mindset. Moving on to action. Action cures everything. That's always been my quote. I've told my team a gazillion times. But here's why I say that. Because sometimes you don't have the motivation. Sometimes you don't have the passion. You don't have you don't feel ready. But sometimes action is what it's going to take to cure that. You get into action and then the motivation comes, then the excitement comes, then the passion comes. So I'm an action girl. I'd rather do action all day long than to dive into my mindset and my, digging into my issues. Just give me some action. But I have found it really, that does sometimes bring up issues for yourself that you have to address and work on. So I think action is just a great cure. So, something to look at. How's your action been lately? And by that, I mean actual business building activities. Okay, so I think if we, take care of some of this, looking at what we need to level up, where our mindset is, and get into action, we want fresh momentum. And just like I explained, gave the example of to you guys what I'm doing with my girls, we decided we need something new. Not because that's always like we're always looking for the next new thing, but we just know that's what we need, something new and different. And so it's bringing a fresh, new energy. We're developing some new skills. We're telling ourselves a new story. And we're just going to focus on this for a while and see where it takes us. But I just love what it's doing for them and bringing back some excitement. So all that to say, because I did actually write notes. I'm not just totally right off the top of my head. In the end, you have to keep showing up, keep learning, keep believing. We always hear trust the process, but I cannot stress that enough to you. Even for myself, I've been in a time in my business where some things didn't happen like I was hoping. I had set some goals and they aren't happening, that type of thing. But I'm like, I just know that if I stay with this, then I am ready for when that business builder comes or that person comes. If I step out for too long, get too rusty, get too in a slump, then I will not have the energy and the skills. I'm not going to be in the right mindset when someone comes along that wants to build this with me, or whenever my leaders are like, hey, they're excited about doing something and I'm feeling behind. So this is so important to keep it up so that you are ready for when those new things are coming, because I believe that's what God will do for us in this business. That's what he wants when we're open to it. He wants to give that. Okay, I'm reading some of your quick yes, so return on investment. I see Megan's just been amening. Okay. Yes, your energy towards your business. I heard something early on. I was like a motivational speech or something in my business that just has always stuck with me. And that was the one thing that will get you farther in this business than anything is enthusiasm. And I took that to heart. And then more recently, when I've been doing some one-on-one coaching with a coach, he keeps bringing up energy, energy, energy. And I'm like, I know it is so true. And so if things aren't maybe going the way you want, it might be a reflection of your energy. It's just always something to look at with ourselves. Um, yeah. So that's what I'm just thinking when I think of you guys and where you're at in your business. I would just leave you with be willing to try something different. Be willing to try something scary, something that you haven't yet done that maybe has kind of been niggling in your mind and you know that, okay, I've seen other people do it, but I just don't know if I have the skill. I don't know if I can. That's for her. I don't know if I can do that. Be willing to give it a try. So yeah, that's what I had, Megan.
So good. Oh my goodness. I hope you guys were taking notes. I was taking lots of notes. Um, I would love to hear, well, girls, please chime in questions too. If you have to throw them in the chat or if you want to unmute and ask. I would love to hear what you feel like is working now in your business or in the girls that you see that are having momentum. Like what's going on or what are they doing currently? Because I'm all about the action also. I mean, I do think we definitely need to take a peek at ourselves and our energy towards our business and our mindset because everything flows from the thoughts that we're thinking. But in terms of action, is there anything in
Yeah.
particular that you feel like is working currently?
Well, for me, it's learning to focus on just a few things. Like you can have an IPA sheet a mile long and you just overwhelm yourself with trying to do too many things every day. And so what I've learned to do is just focus in on I chose a couple areas that I know will move my business forward. And that is, like I said, working with my rubies and senior rubies. And I'm just like putting myself like working with them. So we're all doing this together. Like we're going to build new teams. Like that's one thing we're doing. That's one focus for me. The other focus is to just better my skill set at onboarding new business builders.
Mm.
So I've just chosen a couple things like that. And that's where almost 90% of my time goes to. It's just those areas. I've passed on a lot of things to my assistant, or there's just some things I've let go that I just feel aren't as crucial right now. I don't have to do all the nice graphics and all the challenges and I don't have to do every corporate Zoom or whatever. I am zoned in on my rubies and senior rubies and we're working to find new business builders.
Love that. All right. Who else has a question?
Fuel my energy, enthusiasm, having been in it for a long time. I mean, it's really not that hard because what we have to offer is still, like I said in the beginning, I don't know if you were on here, it's just really unlike anything else. I've had some real, come to Jesus talks with some of my girls who are like, is this even going to work for me anymore? And we look at other options. Okay, so what would it look like if you went to this other company, or what would it look like if you got a job, or, and they always in the end go, this is really the best option I have. And so I just get excited about that because it's proven to work over and over.
Mm-hmm.
But really working with new people, that's probably where I would say I get my most energy from, is bringing in new people. sharing my old story to new people and helping my people bring in new people, new blood.
Hmm. I know. I feel like I feel so much energy right now um, in Plexus. I think because it's not just a new business builder, she's also my daughter-in-law, and she gets it. Like she gets it. I'm not having to handhold her. I mean, I'm working with her, but like she's doing her own posting. She's doing reach. Like she's taken the message that I gave her, and she like sent it to tons and tons of people. She was on Angie's call last week, and one of the girls asked her like, how many messages are you sending every day?" And Addie was so cute because like she's so new. I mean,
Yeah.
she doesn't know any different. And so she's like,
Yeah.
she was baffled by the question. She's like, "Oh, well, everybody." So she's like not even counting like how many people she's reaching out to, which is so cute. But
I love it.
um yeah, 100% agree. And I will just think like I want to encourage you guys too because I've been in a dry spell of recruitment personally, and also it's been a minute since I've had someone that's joining for the business. Like it's been a little bit,
Mhm.
and so reminding myself of all the new mama things. And so we're like pedal to the metal. She's hosting her own little sip and see tonight for a level one. We did one last night for her sister. Her sister went faster at silver, and then she's fast tracking it to gold. So we're gonna see. And then we're doing an online event for her, or I am tomorrow night for her, and then Thursday night for her sister because we do the two. We try to do 1 to 2 in persons and then an online one. And so it's kind of rinse, wash, repeat. But I'll be in Canada next week, so we're trying to like get all this stuff done right off the bat, and then the last week of October, I want to do some more in person things with whoever on their team even can do something.
Yes. Wow. Love it.
So
See,
there's more questions in the chat too.
how does Megan keep her energy and enthusiasm? Working with new people. Motivating your leaders daily or weekly. I guess for me, it has to be about community. Like you can't just disappear. You have to stay in close touch with them. So
Hmm.
Zooms, chats, we're in touch every day. I actually started just dropping a Bible verse to them every day as part of my connection with them every day. I'm like, that's just like something that we need to be reminding each other of, things that really matter. But we also do a lot of fun competition. So I always think if you're willing to get down in the dirt with them and compete and have some fun that way, that can kind of be a good motivation. What else do we have here? Book recommendations? Oh my, I have so many. I don't even know where to start. But one that I'm kind of excited about right now is because I'm an action girl, is Sarah Robbins' new one, Multiply Method. That's really fun to look at how she rebuilt, and it was through a good system. Did you follow specific training on how to post on IG? Melody, I had been, I'm sorry, did someone say something? Okay. I had been asking so many questions for a while because I found myself telling myself Instagram is so frustrating. I don't know how people do it. It's not for me. I'm just too old for this, all the things. But yet I was curious because I'm like, there's got to be a way. There are so many people out there haven't reached yet. And so I just started asking a lot of questions and trying to remember if I followed, maybe I did it a little bit before I started posting, following some, Instagram posting gurus that have all the, how to do it all. Sometimes they lead you a little bit wrong or it doesn't really fit for you, but I finally just figured out it's about consistency. It's about showing up every day authentically. Like I was always trying to find my niche. And that frustrated me because I'm like, I don't have a niche. I'm me and I can share me, but I can't like share one part of me, is how it felt. And so I just started posting a reel a day about my family, motherhood tips, anything that kind of fell into that. Big family tips. I threw in stuff about health, about anything really about motherhood. I guess it could kind of fall under that. But I think part of it is for me, people were fascinated with the big family life. And so that really picked up and brought in a lot of followers. But that's kind of what a lot of them are, is followers, by the way. There's a lot of followers out there. And so y'all are special because you're leaders. But I'm having a lot of great conversations, met a lot of great moms, and so have some new business builders from it. A method. Yeah, I don't know really, Melody, a method. I think the biggest thing is just do it every day. I committed for a year to post a reel a day, and that meant sometimes staying up late. I would work on a reel, till midnight just to make sure it was ready to post in the morning because I had a commitment to post a new one every morning. So I don't know. Megan and I know what it's like to just do crazy stuff like that sometimes if you're committed, right? And I'm sure you guys have done it too, but yeah.
100%. Oh my goodness. Well, one thing that we've been doing over the past few months, Brenda, is doing post audits because it's really eye opening when we do post audits. And we've been doing them like consistently every single week. Or if we don't meet for 2 weeks and it's like a 2 week little post audit, but a business product and then personal, and then just share them in the chat. And it's really eye opening because we all think we post way more in general and post more like more about the business than we actually do. And so Angie and I have been really inspiring / encouraging everybody to go commit to, like, on Facebook, this is Facebook, but like 4 posts a day. Like, what could it hurt? Angie recruited like 14 people last month, and I think it's because she's consistent and she's visible. And I think we're hiding our little lamp under a bushel when we think our little 1 post or 2 posts sporadically a day is ticking the mark. The other thing too is the kind of posts. She totally lit a fire under my rear to go ahead and post the GLP-1 product tester thing because it works. I don't know, understand why I had such resistance to that. I think I already shared all this, but basically I'm like, finally was just like, okay, well, if it's working, I guess I could go ahead and try it. What's the worst that could happen? I started for gut health, not for weight loss. So I felt a little bit like about posting like that. But I decided, you know what? It's where people are at. They're super unhealthy. Their guts are a wreck. And so if we can bring them in with a GLP-1 little lure and then talk to them about gut health, because that's basically what I'm doing. That's my little lure, my hook or whatever. And then I get them into conversation and then I can talk about their gut health. I got to know what's going on with their gut in order to make a recommendation product wise. And so we brought in, like, after a dry spell, way more people than we had in a long time. I think we've recruited 11 people last month and several more this month already. And so it was a consistency because we didn't just post that once. And Angie talked about not posting and ghosting. So if you guys haven't tried that yet, give it a try or retry it this month. And then there was the Bridget post and then the Alita post where it was like they had a little cute thing that they posted with a cute picture of themselves. And then one was like, well, Alita's customer that switched over from a GLP-1 med to Plexus. And then Bridget's was sharing the Jessica Huendorn GLP-1 little video clip. So just in terms of actionable items, if you guys aren't like getting visibility with your posting, just with frequency, I definitely would up that. And I talked on a call with some Jules from the Midwest region yesterday on Jennifer Thomas's call, and she was just asking what's working right now. And so I said, posting and hosting. If you can't remember anything else, remember those 2 things. Posting and hosting is working. It worked in the past. Brenda and I are testaments of this because we've been religiously consistent with posting and conversations, of course. And then with hosting, we host in-person events, and that's what's working. So it's working for me right now anyways.
Yes. Oh, I love that. It's easy to remember too. But what you said about not, resisting posts about weight loss, because sometimes people come in for that and they don't get it and you're always like, eh. But what I love about that too is because it does bring them in and then they forget after 4 or 6 months in the products oh yeah, that's why they came because they're feeling so much better. The weight loss doesn't matter that much. I mean, it happens all the time. So yeah, good reason to not be afraid of that. You're always super inspiring, Megan.
The other thing I was going to say, I forwarded a little message I had sent to Nicole yesterday, but I was like, what the heck? Actually, we can all hear this little thing. So I was encouraging everyone to make a game. Oh, make it a game. So Lisa Winters told me this years ago. She's like, it's kind of like a fun game when she started. And then Addie on Saturday, she came over and we were chatting and she was, we were working Plexus actually at the kitchen counter just spontaneously. And she's like, this is like a fun game. I'm like, yes, keep it that way. It's a fun game. And so in accordance with that thought, I've been encouraging everybody because I'm doing this myself. I'm trying to ride real closely with these 11, well, 13, 14 new people, whatever it is now, from the middle of September. It's like riding with them closely. And my goal is so I have them on my board with a sticky note, and some of them have a little tinier sticky note with 1, 2, 3 on it, and some of them just have the original sticky note with like a one and a line, because my goal was to get all of them a +1, which we know it's a numbers thing. Like probably not all of them will, but we have to be asking. And even if they're just VIPs, like they have a buddy they could do this with. And I think we don't have more of those people because we don't ask, and we're not in conversation and, all the ways, shapes, and forms of asking them. And
We
so
have
what I
not
was,
because we asked not.
I know exactly. And so what I was encouraging in this voice clip yesterday was make a team-wide campaign where you don't prejudge anybody. You just send them all the same message and say, hey, if I send you what to say, would you make a little post and tag me? If you want to preface it by having the conversation first about like, hey, what products are you loving right now? What are your wins? I mean, you could do that first if you wanted, and then launch into a, hey, let's make a little post, or just a blanket, hey, if I sent you what to say, would you make a little post? And then do the little first post thing, right? And then the other little campaign I thought would be fun is make it a game for yourself to see how many uh, parties you can host for your level ones between now and the end of October. Like, what if you made that your little goal game and did a team wide campaign for that? And of course, you're not going to get everybody to say yes, but you're going to get some. You're going to get more than you would have if you wouldn't have asked. Or you're at least going to spark conversation where maybe if they're not willing to host a party, they'd let you post on their wall. Or if you're hosting a party, like a little relaunch event, they'll let you tag you in the post, or tag them in the post. So there's lots of ways to ask, but those were a couple of little actionable items too, if you didn't get that little message from me yesterday. Okay, Brenda, thank you so much for being on. It's always inspiring to hear from you, and I can't wait to see what we all create in the month of October. I've got to run because Maddie has a volleyball game, but thank you, friend, for being on.
Very welcome. You guys, it's so worth it. It's so worth all the work.
Yes,
See you
agreed.
later.
All right, bye-bye.